But now, go into the walled city. 5 people, all reeking of triad, huddle together next to your crew, muttering among themselves and pointing at the towering slum. One of them notices you and pats another on the chest with the back of his hand. It's the man who's been guarding the walled city entrance since you arrived in Hilly. He acknowledges you and a look of doomed determination on his face. Miss Cheng sends her regards. She told us to keep an eye out for you. What for? Miss Cheng wants to know what the hell is going on inside the walled city. She sent us to find out and report back to her. Triad soldier's hand shake. He sees you notice him and pulls him behind his back. She said she said us that if we saw you heading in there, we should go with you. We'd have a better chance of staying alive. And she's probably right. Soldier's mouth freezes in a thin line. We can take care of ourselves, Westerner. He looks sidelong at his friends. Mrs. Cheng said to follow your orders, so that's what we're doing. We need to provide for our families. The group of triad nods to each other in forlorn unity as they take in the panic around them, the storm, flood of people, and the towering tenement, and something else. Wave of something emanating from within. You feel that? Gobbet holds her stomach, madness and folly squeaking their disapproval. It's like the walled city's bad breath or something. It's disgusting. I feel, I don't know, unclean just looking at the place. Like life has no value or something. Like there's just no point to anything. That's the toxic key. And it is exactly the point. Need to get rid of it. Fix it at the source. If I can. Raymond stares at the walled city, taking it in for the first time. The breath hitches on his chest, but the old man grits his teeth in grim determination. Fortune Engine is located at the heart of the walled city. That's where I need to go. I'll drop a marker in the center of the walled city on everybody's PDA. We should be able to weave our way through it to the machine. Raymond's the key to this whole thing. I want him protected. I'll put some body armor under his clothing. We'll stop a 45 at close range. We can also take advantage of the chaos. May cover our approach in case someone is trying to stop us. Good idea. We should split up too. Keep Raymond back out of harm's way. Look around, Kanjo. This whole place is in harm's way. It'll be safer if we split up. Uncle Bob leads some of us to clear the way to the machine. Ontin's men can follow with the rest of us, escorting Raymond once the way is safe, secure. I don't like it. Don't want to be separated. I don't want to be separated from you either, Mr. Guzman. But you are the right person to lead the first team. Higher chance of success this way. We go in one group, one chance at success. But if the first team is lost, the second can find another route, still have a chance. Both teams, use your comms to stay in touch. We have no idea what we're gonna face in there. I will be right behind you, Bob. Take care of yourself. Be on the other side. It's the last chance to do any shopping, so I don't have a lot of money. Might be able to squeeze a little bit of extra out of something. Yeah. Nothing new. I think I'll just buy a 4-6 fetish. Alternatively, we might upgrade some of our spells. Blur. Reduces chance for enemies to hit target ally by 35% and increases their movement by 2. For the Shadow Zone. I think I'll take the Blur. Dual Blur. There are 22 million after this. We can sell some of these weapons. We'll keep this there. It's a good weapon. Okay. An extra elemental fetish. But we could try something else. I think I have an earth one. Maybe let's take fire. Not really using the slow, like at all. Good, good. Yep. Spirit of Long Dead Sorcerer. Fetish is consumed when used. No idea how good he is, but it's fairly valuable. So it's gonna be much better than Force 2. Okay. We could use more of these better healing items, but I think we're good to go. I don't want to delay things anymore too much. The plot has a little bit of momentum now, so I want to see that to move it forward now that we can. Kai Chu, he's dead. I don't get that. City of Death. The typhoon pours down as the Triad soldiers fan out in front of you, leading the way into Kowloon Walled City. Raymond shuffles along, alert and intent. Although exhausted by all that has gone on, he drives himself forward and will not accept help from anyone. Wu watches the windows and rooftops, his rifle never leaving his shoulder. He occasionally risks a glance at his foster father, concern, frustration and anger playing over his face like a slideshow. The walled city is worse than in your first visit. Even with the rain, you can feel something in the air. It's thicker now, and it clings to your skin like invisible filth. The miserable noises of slum life are gone, replaced by something worse. The sound of death, the sound of fear. As you round a corner, a group stops before heading deeper. Okay, no point having empty inventory slots. Do extra healing. Everyone has to have a health pack of some sort. Extra revive probably wouldn't hurt. Gonna spread flashbangs around. Also extra healing. Ooh, Cuphead could have probably used a better weapon, but don't care. That's not what she really does. Hmm. I might as well spend karma. Don't see any reason why we should hold on to it now. 16 points. Can't do anything good with it on the charisma front. I suppose we could get a better spirit summoning. Not sure how much that's worthwhile. Helps put resistance against certain magical attacks. That would not be my first choice. Or health might help. Okay, if I take 6 points there, I'll still be left with 10. Okay, I'll take the extra health. Be the spirit summoning. Not sure if it's going to make any kind of a difference, but yeah, a little bit tougher. And potentially we can get a more powerful spirit. I'll say it's 2 points, just in case we get a few extra points here and there. I can take more spirit controllers on them. The inner walled city. What you've seen in your dreams feels tame in comparison. The atmosphere is humid with the oppressive weight of despair. You can feel it bearing down on your shoulders, whispering for you to give up. Lie down, wait your miserable fate. Your skin feels oily and unclean. We're finally here. Finally past the trash heap that encrusts this place. Raymond reaches out and touches a Duraplast wall. The paint has long since chipped away, but what remains is enough to tell you that you're looking at the original exterior of Kowloon Walled City. It looks it looks much sturdier than the ramshackle construction that has grown up around it. This is the mother and what our mother and I built, what was supposed to help people. All that we wanted was to help. Very poetic. Now let's move. I'm done with the talking. I don't want to spend a second longer in this place than I have to. The Yellow Lotus 49er scans the horizon. His head on a swivel. He's full of the frenetic energy that can only come from pure terror and combat sims. Raymond doesn't move. He stands there, staring at a painted section of the wall to his left. Tracing his gaze, you can see that he's looking at what he's looking at. It's faint, but it's there. A faded stamp of the Tang Mechanical Services logo. Even this is a nightmare now, decrepit and rotten and falling apart. He squeezes his eyes shut. It was supposed to be a good place, a safe place. Yeah, well, it isn't, and we all know whose fault that is, don't we? Isabel's eyes flash daggers at your adopted father. She wears her hate like a mask. He looks down on her, expressionless. Yes, that is why I have to fix it. Bob, you need to clear me a path to the sarcophagus that surrounds the fortune engine. It will be at the center of all of this. Please, please help me fix this. I can't do it by myself. That's the plan. He reaches a hand toward you, pulls it back with a pained expression. Thank you. You clear the way for us. We will escort your elderly friend to his machine of his. He nods, as if trying to reassure himself. We'll stick to the side streets, keep him safe. We'll all make it out of this just fine. Yeah, you better be right about that. You just worry about yourselves. We'll take care of the old man. He raises his fist and the other 49ers move forward. See you there. Scout. No, soldier. A group of Yellow Lotus 49ers is holding this entrance. Their leader, a dumpy female elf with chipped teeth and a bouffant hairdo, stumbles toward you. You drop your guns and get down on the floor. She shakes her head from side to side as if trying to clear it. A pair of bloodshot eyes roll in their sockets without reason or purpose. Drop everything, or we'll cut you like pigs! You're from the Lotus Den, aren't you? Strangle Bayo is on my side. Bayo? Bayo? His time is done! Our new queen has shown us the way! Screaming unintelligibly, she launches herself at you. Her cohorts follow behind, swinging their weapons wildly and howling for blood. Sniper rifle. Okay, couple of soldiers, mage, and a sniper. No? can we do? Much. Okay, still things are going fairly well. No permanent harm done. We do have got a lot of health packs, so we can deal with permanent damage too, at least to some extent. Okay, what can we do? That's it. Well, do it this way then. We should be able to kill her. Take her out. Okay, it doesn't look like we can just talk to people at this point anymore. It's fight, 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 and counter, counter. Hopefully we can at least avoid some of the fighting. It's totally worthless after all. Chang Recon Commando. Turret System Center. Sybil, what can you do? She nearly snickers. I made a habit of cracking Chang encryption. It's basically as easy flipping as flipping a switch at this point. So I flip a switch and the turrets go down. Simple. She manipulates the electrical panel in front of her and some lights flicker and fade from the display. Done. So no turret help for you. Whoa, halt there. Tang Corporation has limited inner city access to Tang personnel only, no pedestrians. If you don't take kindly to the idea of an early death, I suggest you hightail it out of here. We're a contract team. Sancorp hired us to assist the teams further in. The guard looks you up and down. He seems hesitant, but the sound of nearby gunfire hastens his response. I might have heard something about that. Let me clear that with the others. He lifts his comlink to his face. His receiver crackles. Team 3, this is Barrier Reinforcer Nagai. I've got some contractors here requesting access to support our squad. They cleared? A broken cacophony of shouts and gunfire return the call. The guard face pales as a shrill sound fills the channel, and he flicks the comlink off. He looks at you, silent, his words in distress. Damn it, man, let us in. You heard that clear as we did. They need backup, and they need it now. He seems distracted, looking back and forth from you to the surrounding area. You watch the guard's nervous expression turn resolute, and he plants both teams firmly on the ground, mind made up. He beckons you forward. No more time to lose, the squad needs you. Watch your back. That was easy. Security etiquette is always a solid choice. Your comlink buzzes. It's Raymond, still alive. Bob, what's your status? Your mother set up a cordon around the inner walled city. We just got through. Cordon? Oh my, how did you get through? They let us pass. He sighs. You can hear the relief in his voice. Good, good. Too much bloodshed already. We must prevent as much as we can. Sure, whatever. You need to be careful. The nearer you draw to the fortune engine, the worse the astral disruptions will become. And make sure that when you reach... The call cuts out. Oh no, no. Who looks around with a grimace? Did that sound important to you? Because that sounded absolutely fucking necessary to me. We can't do anything about losing touch. Yep. Only if we would have stayed together, we wouldn't have this problem. We re-establish contact. Duncan runs a hand through his hair in frustration, but relents. At this point, the only thing we can do is move forward, so let's get to it. The walled city's metering stands tall before you. It looks even worse than what you just trekked through. Jumbled nightmare of crumbling buildings and exposed wires. A terrible sense of deja vu washes over you. Put one foot in front of the other and press further inside. This is what's been bothering me about our, I suppose, mission towards Fortune Engine. Is that Raymond never told anyone else what we actually need to do. So this all hinges on one old son of a bitch that is half dead, which is ridiculous. I mean, I think the first thing in anyone who's serious about preventing this in a situation like that is to make sure that everyone on the team knows what the fuck we're doing. What's the game? You can't have a mission like this where the failure point relies on one decrepit old man who is in a bad condition anyway. You need to have other people who can basically pick up the torch if he has to go down. This is a terrible plan. The splitting up doesn't help. It really never is all that good of an idea. It's only if you must split up, you split up, but you don't otherwise. I guess it would make more sense in a, especially the more game environment you are in, the more sense it makes, because the designer is never going to put you in a situation that is totally impossible, because that's not a game. The crowd is in a frenzy. They're shouting, screaming at the Chang security officers who block their progress. A dead body lies in a rapidly expanding pool of blood at their feet. The gloves are off. They've already killed the man. This is gonna get ugly in a second. A burst of staccato gunfire cuts your sentence off. The gunfire rips through the crowd and tears up the ground at their feet. A warning shot. No bodies hit the floor. But the guard who fires the shot is red-faced and screaming, and his weapon is leveled directly at the crowd. Back away! Back the fuck away! The muzzle of his weapon dips and heaves as he barks out orders. Those in the front of the crowd try to backpedal, only to run up against those surging forward from the back. I'm warning you, clear the area now! Please, this is our home. Our families are still inside. This is for your own good. We are here to protect you. He gesticulates wildly, spittle flying from his mouth. You can't be here. Back away. This is your last warning. Quickness 6 attack the Tangle troops. Yeah, they're gonna attack. As you raise your weapon, you see them ready their own. Yeah. They're going to kill everyone otherwise, so... Still, we are not in a good position. We need to make sure one of us gets there. I need to clear this. Gobet needs to do something. Okay. Buff that son of a bitch. Gonna be a little bit vulnerable here. Can't be helped. Fuck. Okay, they have. I really don't want to use any of my big guns here. Okay, he's out of the fight for now. Not really out of the fight, but he's in a bad condition. Fuck this. No good. Hey, Gobet, can you do anything useful, that is? Well, shit. Detonator. Explosive detonator. Sure, why not? Smooth sailing so far. Ooh. What else that? You hear the muffled sound of shouting coming from the west. Multiple voices, all calling out for something. Can't make out what they're saying, but they sound like they're in panic. So we're not going to say anything about the monster that just murked this Tangard. Just gonna shoot one the next time I see one and hope for the best. This. This is not something we have to go to. That's where we need to go. So what is this? A pack of wild-eyed civilians are trapped behind this makeshift barricade. You can hear them speaking, a maddening stew of slurred words and strange noises, all mixed together into an unintelligible stew. Some appear to be crying, others are clearly wounded. A group of Tang officers surround the gibbering civilians. They're clearly agitated, some as wild-eyed as the people they're accosting. Their body language takes you back to the corporate prison, and the years that you spent incarcerated there. This was what it looked like when the guards were about to remove an inmate from the gene pool. Penned up as they are, the civilians will be helpless to fight back. Unless someone lets them out of their cage, they're as good as dead. Biotech 7. Uh, let's take a... They might be something that we'll have to kill anyway. A closer look at the explosives. You scan the area. It appears that the only way forward is through the barricade, and with the Chang officers closing in, you need to make a decision fast. You spot two detonation charges, one rigged to the barricade, the second rigged to the bridge. It looks as though blasting your way forward will also destroy your only known avenue of retreat. If you do this, you could wind up stuck here. So let them out or leave them to die. I have a very strong feeling that they're in there for a good reason. And this is actually what we came here to do, but at the same time, since I can't be certain that they are any worse than the others, I'll destroy the barricade. This fuse box looks like it's hooked up to the bridge behind you, and to the barricade in front of you. The explosion is deafening. Waves of concussion crash into you from both sides as the bridge and the barricade disappear in gouts of flame. You stagger, and the civilians on the other side of the wall do the same. The tank security troops that were threatening them barely manage to stand their ground. Disperse, goddammit! Go back or we'll open fire! This is your last warning. Crowd moves as one, lurching forward with manic grins on their faces. The leader, a skeletal man in his early 20s, allows his lips to part. He doesn't have a tooth in his head. His tongue is missing. Security officers stand their ground as the screaming masses charge them. They open fire. That seemed very likely. So kill the civilians and the commandos. At the positive point, we're not going through the same entrance as the weird creature did. So this doesn't necessarily mean this is going to end up being any worse for us. Well, at the same time, it's not good for us either. Ooh, this is a good spot. I think I'll block their access to us. Their cover is too good. We barely do any damage to them. The civilians are capable fighters. Definitely, in many ways they're a bigger problem. They're physical adepts, all of them. Don't really want to attack from this point. The special lines just means weird shit is gonna happen. Horrible. Commandos and civilians are more or less the same. The civilians will kill the commandos anyway. Oh shit, what should I can do? Sure what good that'll do. Not much we can do. I guess we're just going to try to contain them. So if they try to rush us, they'll lose so much action points that they're totally harmless. At least that's more or less the plan, at least. Good. Well, the commando is dead. Not that it matters. Civilians go down as some kind of fake going down, and then they pop up. Maybe it's supposed to be somewhat shocking or unexpected. Full revive after the first hit. Okay, that means they can only move through this. No matter what they try, they can't really attack us all that well. Yeah, they're dead. Still, they have great cover. Poison. We don't really need much any damage will take me down. Ah, shit. That's worthless. Single wound, easy to heal. Oh, come on. They have quite a lot of armor, I have to say. So armor stripping attacks might be a good idea. You've been walking for what feels like hours, picking your way through the claustrophobic alleys of the inner walled city. It feels like you're traversing a war zone. Dead bodies litter the gutters. Some have been gutted by gunfire. Others have suffered stranger and more terrible wounds. The rattle of distant automatic weapons fire rings in your ears, intermingling with faint screams of agony and terror. It's better and better, doesn't it? You have a chance to fix this, or at least to keep it from getting worse. Right, we have to keep moving. After all, we can't keep the malevolent demon god waiting. Ahead you can see a cluster of Chang security personnel. They look to be embroiled in some sort of argument. If they notice you at all, they don't show it. As you watch, one of the officers loses his cool, starts shouting, "She's here for us! I've seen her in my dreams!" What is here? I don't know what you're talking about, damn it. The security officer lurches toward his partner, his eyes bulging. His body language makes you think of a wounded animal, panicked, terrified, ready to lash out at anything within reach. He shakes his head like a wet dog and focuses on the woman beside him. "I know how to keep us safe. I saw how to do it." He reaches for an object that's clipped into his belt. "Open your mouth." "You're crazy, man. Keep away from me. I mean it." He backpedals, reaching for a weapon, and shouts at a third guard, "Get back up. Who has gone insane?" Without a word, the third Chang guard takes off running. As if on cue, the deranged security officer takes another step forward. This is for the best, yeah, trust me. I'll do you first, and then I'll do me. Light shines on black iron. He folds a multi-tool clenched in his hand. You can see that he's configured it to a set of pliers. By the time I'm done, she won't be able to hurt us anymore. With a flurry of motion, the man with the pliers plunges at his companion. She drops into a fighting stance and meets him dead on. So things happened. Tank soldiers. Question is, what exactly should I be doing here? Get a better idea what's going on. Soldier. Looks like we have a lot of options. Pop Duncan, hope he can do things. Yeah, what is going on? Don't know what's going on. By the sound of it, something's going on. Need to get a better view of the area. Chang Mage. So we need to reposition ourselves. Can't see shit. I don't think we should do anything yet. Ooh, there's a spirit, someone from there. Summon Fire Shrine Spirit. I would need an extra point. Thank you very much. That should be fairly powerful. Mana charge. Fireball 3. Flamethrower 2. Fire arrow. This is fairly tough. Won't last for a lot of turns though. They're attacking neutrals. Shit. My biggest fear is that we'll end the fight here. So the summoned creature will basically be wasted. More Chang security up ahead, but these ones are different. They're outfitted in heavier armor, carrying heavier artillery. They look just as adult as everyone else you've seen this deep in the slums though. They hold their weapons leveled at a doorway leading to the inner walled city. Puppet whispers to you, "Wait, more heavily armed nutjobs. What are they?" You hear a deafening crash from the direction of the walled city. The noise is followed by an alien piping sound unlike anything you've ever heard. At the sound of it, the Chang troops start screaming. Their faces have gone grey as ash. You catch a glimpse of something moving toward you, something fast that seems to defy gravity as it runs. You have a split second to process this new information before the gunfire starts. Food. Familiar looking monstrosities. And we lost the fucking... Oh my god, that's such bullshit. No, 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 no. I won't accept that. So, spirit just... Yeah, the spirit just is gone if there's any kind of interruption in the fighting. So we can't summon the spirit until we trigger the heavier fighting. I'm sure we can handle it without the spirit. However, the spirit is just such a central thing to those kind of fights that I don't want to lose it like that because of a bullshit game mechanic instead of some kind of real reason. It will draw attention, allow us to basically handle things that okay. Go for it. So how bad are they? We commandos, we certainly don't want to get involved in this fighting. 60. Melee Servitor. Yamaking Servitor. Hard to say. Critical chance is fantastic against these. They're hard to hit, well, at least from this distance. I think the commandos can handle it. Why are you rushing us? That's the most insane thing to do. Okay, they have area of effect attacks. And buff themselves. Huh. Not sure what I want to do. I think I'll wait here for a moment, not do anything. We're in a decent amount of cover and we're actually fairly hard to hit, so let's just wait. So the enemy is melee, and your tactic is to rush them. Rush them with your rigor. I don't think we're going anywhere yet. The situation overall hasn't changed in any real way. Let them fight it out. Holy crap. Okay, that's dangerous. It's like a mage. Yeah, we can't wait any longer. Time to murderize people. Do they have a... Wildfire. Need you to entertain the people here. Buffing myself. Just in case someone wants to rush us. Okay, what can we do? Holy crap. That's the main target. The melee ones don't seem to be that bad. Naturally, they drain action points. Massive amounts of them. Okay, that's a big problem. Other than that, I don't see any major issues. It just lasts 2 turns. Okay, could really use a point of movement of it. We could pull back a little, I suppose. There's just not enough, enough cover for our people here. Well, it's not like we have no chance of hitting, so we might as well keep shooting. It's one down. Good luck coming through that. That's the bigger problem. Ah, you can use the wall that way. You cast it on top of our existing wall at the same time, it just removes it. Interesting. Good to know. Still, I need to do what? Well, he's harmless, but we should be able to take the final weirdo in the next turn. Maybe not. Why do you go through the fire? Please do not run into the fire. You can already shoot at it. Rather just shoot as much as possible. It's not very durable. So a couple of sections in center of the world city. I think I'll end it here. Without a doubt, some kind of a dramatic conclusion is coming up, so don't want to rush into it.